Okay, so let's knock off number 26. Um, how many workers would the coal company want to hire if the price of coal were competitively priced at $5 per ton and the wage rate were $40 per day? So, the concept behind answering this question is to look at the marginal values and marginal costs of hiring workers and the output they produce. So let's write in the marginal cost of the workers and then the value of the marginal output. Okay, so we see that the marginal cost is just the $40 for adding a worker per day. But we see something different here with the output. So when we add the first person, we get 25 tons times $5 per ton, or 125 bucks. But by the time we get to adding the fourth worker to the fifth, or adding the fifth worker, we add $40, but we only add 5 tons of coal times 5, or $25. So we see at the very last moment, the very last worker, the fifth worker, it cost us 40, but we only get 25. So we see we wouldn't want to do that because our cost is greater than our the production value. With the fourth worker, it cost me 40, but at least I made 50. So I make $10 more, so I would want to do that. So let's take a look at number 26. How many workers would the coal company want to hire if the price of coal were competitively priced at 5 and the wage rate was 40? And we see that they would want to hire 4. Okay, and here they ask on number 27, the marginal physical product of the second worker. So the second worker, the marginal product went from 25 to 44, which is a increase of 19, and that would be the answer on 27. Okay, let's look at number 28. Instead of being employed at a printing company, so right away we know we're looking at a opportunity cost problem. At a salary of $25,000 per year, Sally wants her own printing firm. Rather than renting a building that she owns to someone else for $10,000 per year, she uses it as a location for a company. So she's got two opportunity costs, $25,000 and $10,000. Her cost of workers and materials, advertising, and energy during the first year is $125,000. And if the total revenue from printing, her printing company is $155,000, her total combined economic profit. So remember, the economic profit is going to be her total revenue minus her costs minus her opportunity costs. So we have the $155,000 minus the $25,000 salary she's giving up, the $10,000 rent she's giving up, and the $125,000 cost of running the printing shop she's giving up, leaves her with minus $5,000 in economic cost, and that's the first choice. The key here is not to miss the opportunity costs. Okay, number 29. If the production of a good generates positive externalities, so I think they mean that's it's good for society, the government wants to encourage it, the government can increase the allocative efficiency. So we've seen this before where the government puts a tax on something and the quantity goes down and the price goes up. But here they want just the opposite effect. So if they subsidize it, they could give the producer this amount of money, this price difference here, to subsidize their production of it. And when they do that, we see that the supply curve is going to move itself to the right. You're going to get a new price, which is now lower, which is what the government intends. They want to have more people buying it, and you can see that the quantity also goes up. So by subsidizing a firm, they could increase the quantity and lower the price to the consumer. So let's take a look at the choices. Taxing the producer of the good, we know that has the opposite effect. Subsidizing the producer of the good, well, that is absolutely correct. C, prosecuting firms that produce the good without proper permits. That certainly is not going to make the consumers happy because there'll be less goods in the market, so that has the opposite effect. Setting a price ceiling to encourage production of the good. We know that a price ceiling has the opposite. It discourages production because the suppliers can't increase their price and make more. And then finally, setting a price floor to discourage production of the good. And a price floor wouldn't discourage production of the good, but it also prevents the demand from increasing if the price doesn't go down. So that does not have the correct attendant effect.